Okay, so we're going to go back and go over some of this information because it seems like many of you aren't quite sure what we're doing, and maybe the examples in the book weren't clear enough, so I'm going to give some additional information. For those of you who are just copying things off of Slater, please don't do that. I really want to make sure that you guys are understanding what's going on. So to start us off, we have three different ways of looking at numbers. Exponential form is when we have a power. A power is the base and the exponent put together. So let me clarify what those two terms mean. A base is the number that's being multiplied over and over and over. So in this case, the base is 8. The exponent tells us how many times that number, that base, is being multiplied with itself. So the reason we have 8 to the 4th is because 8 was being multiplied with itself 4 times. The whole thing together is known as a power. So exponential form has a base and an exponent. So if your book is telling you to write things in exponential form, you shouldn't be writing 64. You shouldn't be writing out a number. That's known as standard form. So you'll notice that exponential form is basically just a shortcut for us, so we don't have to write all of this out. Now, that's a lot of what we went over last week. This week, they gave us 2 laws of exponents. The first one was the product of powers, and it said that if we are multiplying 2 powers with the same base, instead of writing everything out, we can just combine the exponents. And by combine, I mean add. So, for example, if I were to do this in expanded form, I would have 5 times 5. That would be my 5 squared. And then I would have times 5 again for my other 5. Notice that's 5 being multiplied with itself 3 times, or 5 to the 3rd. The shortcut is that instead of me having to write all this out, I can just do 2 plus 1 for the exponents to get 3. That's where this information is coming from. I know they say or 125, but I do not want you to do that. Let me repeat. I do not want you to write the number. I want you to use the property. So when we go to our examples down here, our got it, A, B, and C, we are not, I repeat, not writing out the number. 9 this many times is going to be a huge number. I don't want you guys doing all that multiplication. What I want to see is if you understand the property. So again, I'm going to do this one 2 ways. First, 9 to the 3rd would be 9 times 9 times 9. It's 9 3 times. 9 squared would be 9 times 9 twice. 2 9s, right? The exponent tells us how many times that number appears. And if I put it all together, since it's all being multiplied, notice I have 9 to the 5th power. The shortcut, okay, instead of having to write out all these 9s all these times, if I just add the exponents together, I get 9 to the 5th power. Oh my gosh, it's a shortcut. That's all this is a shortcut.